Welcome to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out what is karma bringing in your world. I've got 3 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the diamond necklace. Try and get it to sparkle for you, yeah. Group 2 is the diamond ring. And group 3 is the pair of diamond earrings. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. Subscribe if you're new here, I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the diamond necklace. Let's see what cards you have. First of all, you have some channeled messages. And you have, hey, how are you? Are you ignoring me? Omens. Clear as day. How can you make what is really right happen? Even unfair in the world does not even matter really now. Owning up to any problems, issues, or worries in your world. Omens of strange concern. So you guys have omens twice, so you might already be getting some signals, warnings maybe. And then you have answers to really hard questions. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have emotional challenges, resolve the issue. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. And Venus, love. From Marcel's Oracle, you have conflict. And guidance. From the White Newman Tarot, you have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. And then from the In-Between Tarot, you have the Moon and the Wheel. Very interesting. I do feel like there might be some unresolved conflict for you guys, maybe in the past. I'm not sure if someone ghosted you or if maybe you guys ghosted someone. And if you did ghost someone, I feel like you need to own up to any problems. Like you might need to communicate with someone. You may need to answer their questions. And I feel like if you were ghosted, you will get communication from the person. And I feel like they will own up to problems and it will help you to move on. It will like answer your questions for you and clear things up. But I'm seeing this might be a situation where you feel like it doesn't even matter anymore, where you've kind of given up on it. You might still have a lot of feelings under the surface about this situation, but maybe given up on it being righted. Given up on there being any movement. And I strongly feel like this might be a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be friendship. It can be a family member. But it feels like it might be someone who maybe did you wrong in the past or someone you've done wrong in the past. Someone you had some conflict with. Someone you've got maybe like some hurt feelings towards. It could be just because they've been ignoring you, or it could be because they did something wrong to you. Maybe you've been ignoring them because they hurt your feelings or something like that. But it feels like for you guys, the karma is in relation to love and relationships is what I'm feeling, and also conflicts in your life. And it feels like there's going to be some changes going forwards. I feel like situations where you have been kind of drowning in your emotions, drowning in your sorrows, drowning in your worries, I feel like it's going to start to resolve. I feel like things will get better. And for some of you, that could be getting answers from somebody from the past. That's maybe, for example, it could be someone who really hurt you in the past. It doesn't have to be an ex or anything, but just someone in your past who you maybe had conflict with, or who hurt you, and you might still have some emotional pain as a result of this, following this from this person. And it might have affected all of your relationships. It might have just affected you. Maybe you've gone into a mode of feeling really uncomfortable with your emotions as a result of emotional pain. And it could be a result of like somebody ignoring you, somebody ghosting you, attachment issues, like avoidant attachment issues. But what I'm seeing is like a chance to correct the past, especially if you did cause any issues to another person. I'm seeing that it will be evened out and made more fair. And if somebody wronged you, I feel like you'll get a lot of answers. And also I'm seeing just for you, if you've got like emotional problems from being hurt in the past, I'm seeing your emotions will be much calmer and easier. I feel like it will feel much fairer. What I'm feeling is like less conflict and more harmony in relationships going forwards. But for some of you, it might be because you need to own up to some things you've done and maybe reply to somebody you're ignoring or something like that. And for some of you, it might be because you get some resolution about something that has been bothering you. But what I'm seeing is things are going to move forwards a lot differently in the future, and it will be more fair. It will be more fair, and I feel like emotional challenges can be resolved. You can go back to things from the past to fix it. Because if you guys are seeing like bad omens and you do have people who you may have hurt in the past who you're ignoring, you haven't made it up with them, you haven't fixed it with them. Maybe people who want to ask you questions and you don't want to answer. You have the chance now to fix it, to correct it. And for you, I feel like that will help you to get out of emotional darkness. I feel like if someone's ignoring you as well, you can chase them up and try and get answers, try and get some information to help you get out of your emotional darkness. And this situation might have been very confusing. I do feel like it's caused very heavy emotions. And it's like been a situation of conflict. I feel like it's been heavy on your heart. It's been tearing you apart. It's been quite painful inside, is what I'm feeling. And it does feel like there's a chance to like rebuild, not just if it's a specific relationship. I feel like it's more like your life, rebuild your life from this. Because what I'm getting is you guys might have been feeling quite lost as a result of this. On an emotional level, I feel like otherwise you guys probably appear like you've got everything together, but you might have struggled with your own feelings about love, about other people, about relationships. And it seems like things are going to be a lot more straightforward going forwards. Things are going to be a lot fairer. Things are going to be a lot more harmonious. It feels like conflict is going to be eased, but some of you might have to be the ones to do it. And I feel like if you are getting really concerning omens, then you might need to reach out to anyone who you've wronged before this karma comes through. Because yeah, it feels like this one's quite heavy. And it says does not even really matter now, so I do feel like for some of you guys, you might not even care about like if it's someone apologizing from the past, you might not even care anymore. And some of you, if you are seeing bad omens and you've been like really ignoring someone you really hurt, it might be too late to change your fate. But it does seem like Spirit thinks it's fair anyway, so it looks like it's positive. But yeah, some of you guys might be seeing some strange omens, so I would say reach out and apologize to anyone you need to apologize to in order to get out of any dark emotional challenges. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that group 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here, I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the diamond ring. Let's see what cards you have. First of all, you have some channeled messages, and you have easing of money worries. You have easing of problems. Very nice. Easy access to the things you want and need. And evening of interest. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have meditation. Improvements require persistence. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Grand Cross Provoker. From Marcel's Oracle, you have Twinning and Solitude. From the White Newman Tarot, you have the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Moon. And from the In-Between Tarot, you have the Queen of Cups and Temperance. Very interesting. I'm feeling like an interesting cross between solitude and relationships. I'm getting the feeling like some of you guys might have felt like an inner conflict over whether to connect with others or stay alone. You might have wanted a lot of alone time, but also had a desire for connection and been kind of like fighting with yourself over it. And it might be because of other stresses in your life. You might have just been very stressed in general. And with Spirit's messages, it feels like your day-to-day problems and worries, like the things you're concerned about on a material level, are going to ease, because I am feeling a lot of worry. I'm feeling a lot of stresses, a lot of concerns, a lot of mental anguish for this pile. And you might have stayed alone because of that. I'm also feeling like some of you guys, you've been going through a lot of agitation and irritation, like just constant stress, as it doesn't have to be related to like other people or relationships. It can just be within yourself or about money worries and things like that. As I was saying, but I do feel like it's going to be eased for you. And what I'm seeing is you've really been tested, this group. And that's why it feels like your calm is very good, because I do feel like you've been really trying to stay calm despite all the stress. Despite all the irritation, all the problems, what I'm seeing is you've tried your best to just stay still and stay peaceful. And stay maintaining good habits. And I feel like it's been really hard for you. It's been like constant stress, constant headache, and you may have just been so drained that you've had to be alone. And I feel like if you have had to be alone for a long time, there's a very special relationship coming in as well. But what I'm feeling first is like the easing of your stresses so that you can feel more confident. And so that you can just maintain the calm feeling no matter what stress has happened around you. It feels like you have done your best to stay calm and stay focused on improvements and tried to get on top of things. And what I'm feeling is that is going to pay off. And you're going to rise above any stressful situations to get to a more calm situation, because it's like you really deserve it. You really deserve it. And like I said, if you've been alone, I feel like there's someone coming in. I'm also feeling like some of you guys, you might have been in a really stressful relationship. Someone who was constantly like pushing your buttons, provoking you, stressing you. And it might have been like a very deep connection, but maybe it was like quite toxic, or the other person made you feel really anxious, really insecure. and maybe it just made you want to withdraw. And I feel like if you've had a relationship like that, it might become a lot more supportive. The arguments might ease with easing of problems here. And again, it might have been due to like money issues in the relationship, stresses in the relationship, making it more toxic. And for some of you, I'm just seeing you finding the strength. Like if your relationship is really, really toxic and abusive, for example, I'm seeing you getting the strength to move out of it, to get yourself out of it. And I feel like through getting out of it, you'll get a more healthy connection, if that's you. But whatever your situation, what I'm seeing is you guys are being rewarded for your strength of staying calm amongst really stressful situations. And I feel like karma is coming to provoke. It has been provoking to like test you to see what kind of person you are, to see how you react. And I feel like a lot of your worries and stresses and the things that have been making you really angry, whether it be relationship issues, money issues, or anything else, I'm seeing it's going to be evened out. With evening of interest, I'm wondering if there's like credit issues or worries about like loans or something like that. The fact that it says interest, and I'm also feeling like in a relationship, if someone's been going cold on you all the time, again, it might be their money worries if it's not yours, and it might be that they've seemed disinterested in you. But the interest level might even out in the relationship if it's not like about money for you personally. I feel like for most of you, it probably is about money. But yeah, it seems like situations that have been a real headache for you, that have been causing you a lot of strain and stress and insecurity and anxiety, are going to really calm down, really ease, and you're going to be allowed to just walk forwards. And I'm seeing that the kind of self-improvements that you've made by responding to all this pressure, like in the process of you having this pressure and responding, you've grown into like twice the person you were before. And you're really being rewarded. I feel like everything's just going to come easy. Like if you've been really struggling with relationships, if you've been finding in general relationships are really difficult, you find people a headache, it feels like you're going to find more calm people, better people to interact with. And I just feel like you're going to have to struggle less for things. Like you guys might have had to fight really hard for everything your whole life. And it might have been because of like someone else's energy towards you. It could be like even a family member or someone else who's like attached their energy to you, like karmically. And I'm feeling like that might be something that you're released from. Again, like if you're in an abusive relationship, I feel like you're getting freedom from that. And it will make everything easier for you. It will just make everything easier. Like anything you want and need will just be so much more straightforwards. It could just as easily, like it doesn't have to be a karmic attachment or anything that serious. It could just as easily be the stresses in your life that are causing you to feel stuck, trapped, irritated, stressed. And I'm seeing such improvements that everything just becomes so much more straightforward, that it'll become really easy for you to stay calm in comparison to how hard it used to be. So I really hope you enjoyed that group too. It looks like you've got a really, really good karma coming. The only thing I will say is that it does seem like, for some of you, it might be that there's some arguments coming. Like if you haven't had arguments in a relationship or something like that, in order to get past like the next kind of karmic cycle, the karmic chapter, it does feel like there might be some tensions that need to be aired, some issues that need to be kind of dug up and aired out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that anyway, group 2. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. Subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the diamond earrings. Let's see what cards you have. First of all, you have some channeled messages, and you have end of a crisis. End of obvious worries and problems in your world. Closure on many things that are bothering you. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Ground Your Light, Let Your Soul Shine. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Part of Fortune, Increase. From Marcel's Oracle, you have Excess and Leaving. From the White Newman Tarot, you have Justice and Death and the Fool reversed. And then from the In-Between Tarot, you have the Page of Wands and the Star. Very nice reading. Well, yeah, with Spirit saying end of obvious worries and problems in your world, an end of a crisis, it does feel like you guys might have experienced quite a lot of stress and worries and difficulties. And what I'm seeing is maybe like a premature ending to something that was seemingly unfair, that's been bothering you and you haven't had closure on it, is what I'm feeling. And it might have grounded you, it might have made you afraid to shine. It might have made you feel really insecure, is what I'm feeling, like lacking in confidence. And I feel like there's going to be a big increase in confidence once you get this closure. And I do feel like this is very karmic, this closure. It's like it was wrong, the ending of something, the leaving of something. For you guys, if you left something prematurely, it might be that you receive a kind of pulling backwards to stop you from moving forwards, to like direct you back. But I feel like for most of you watching, you were the ones who were denied closure by somebody else. And it feels like you've been kind of waiting for this to be corrected, waiting for this to be righted, waiting for the proper end. Waiting for the closure is what I'm feeling. And I feel like you're finally getting it, and you're finally being able to leave a situation in the past as a result of getting closure. And I'm feeling like it's really going to expand your horizon. What karma is doing for you is closing out an old cycle that was left incomplete and has been really bothering you for a long time and keeping you grounded and stopping you from feeling free to shine and be your unique self. What I'm seeing is there's going to be like a big opening of your view and your world and your heart. It's like a big release of trapped energy so that you can move forwards. It feels like you are restricted from moving forwards. For some of you, I do feel like some of you might have, the minority of you, I feel like you are the ones who left a situation prematurely. And you've been denied, like your karma has been being denied moving on because you left too prematurely, you didn't give the other person closure. But like I said, for the majority of you, it's the other way around, and it's like someone else is being, I feel like they're being made to give you closure. Or you're doing it yourself, if it doesn't involve another person, if it's like your own personal issue that you haven't got closure on. For some of you, it might be that you choose to leave, and that is what gives you closure, like you've had enough and you leave a situation. It does feel like an evening and a balancing where anything that was too much is being reduced and anything that was not enough is being increased. So if you have been like really greedy in a situation, be prepared that you might have some loss. But then again, I do feel like the majority of you with end of a crisis and end of obvious worries and problems, it feels like you might have been lacking in a lot of things. If anything, it might have been too much stress, too much worries, too much problems. And it feels like if you have, especially with like money worries, it feels like you're going to be able to afford more. But part of that might be having to learn how to avoid excess. Like you might have had the worries with money to teach you how to be more disciplined with your spending, for example. And it might be that you graduated that lesson now and you weren't allowed to move forwards until you learned how to like live on a budget. And as soon as you learned it, you get granted the extra. But yeah, I'm seeing your horizon is opening up, and it's like you're graduating a stage of life is what I'm feeling. although it's like you're getting closure on a situation, maybe because of external events, maybe because of someone else's actions, it's like opening a gateway for you to move forwards. And I feel like it's going to allow you to complete things that you haven't been able to complete, and like let go of things you haven't been able to let go of, and open up to things that you've maybe been closed to. Open up to things that you've maybe been afraid of. And I do feel like if you have been like waiting for someone to come back and give you closure, I do see that happening. And I feel like you will feel a lot more power in that, and you might choose to leave yourself anyway, but just with a sense of completion rather than a sense of being stuck in the past. There are a lot of endings coming, and it is all very fair. And I do feel like it depends. For some of you, it might depend on your behavior, like if you've acted immaturely, if you've acted childishly, if you've like been really wasteful in a lot of ways, or left other people hanging without closure. You might experience some personal challenges, or you might have been experiencing some personal challenges, but like I said, for the majority of you, it's the other way around, and I feel like it's finally being put to bed. All the things that have stopped you from moving forwards with your life are being put to bed by karma, and it's going to lead to removal of anything that was too much and an increase to anything that was lacking. And it's really going to feel like an opening, and I'm just seeing your future looking a lot more bright once you get past this and once this karma is granted. So I really, really hope you enjoyed that group 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.